to be reading my essay, and it's called Victory or Death, Words That Inspired Bravery. Victory or death, words that inspired bravery. The Texas Revolution, also known as the Texas War of Independence, was a battle between the government of Mexico and the Texas colonists. It started on October 2nd, 1835, and ended April 21st, 1836. An important artifact from this war is a letter written by William Barrett Travis, dated February 24th, 1836, called the Victory or Death Letter. Travis was a lieutenant colonel in the Texas Army and the leader of the Texan forces on the Alamo. Growing up, he liked listening to stories about Francis Marion, nicknamed Swamp Fox, who fought in the American Revolutionary War. A British colonel gave Marion the nickname Swamp Fox after chasing Marion and losing him in the swamp. According to the story, Swamp Fox had the words victory or death burned on his hat. Travis was inspired by the stories of Swamp Fox and liked to pretend he was a brave soldier who helped Swamp Fox on his raids. Travis moved to Texas in 1831 when it was still being ruled by Mexico. He traveled around Texas doing legal work. The Mexican government was not being fair to the Texan colonists. Travis joined a group of colonists called the War Party that opposed some of the Mexican laws. The War Party decided to stand up to the Mexicans, and Mexicans imprisoned Stephen F. Austin and the leader of the Texas colonists. When Austin got out of prison, the colonists decided to fight Mexico. Travis was appointed lieutenant colonel in the Texas Army. January 1836, he received orders to report to San Antonio de Bejar. He asked for 500 men, but only received 39 men. He set up for Bejar on January 23rd, 1836, and arrived in February. When Travis arrived in Bejar, there were 150 Texas soldiers, including his men. Thousands of Texas soldiers were marching towards Bejar, but Travis didn't think they would arrive till March. He was wrong. On February 23rd, the century rang the bell of San Fernando Cathedral, alerting the Texan army that the Mexicans were in sight. Two of Travis's scouts counted between 1,200 and 1,500 men, Mexican soldiers, on the battlefield. Travis told everyone to move inside the Alamo. Jim Bonham returned from Goliad and said that James Fannin wasn't sending aid. This disappointed Travis, but he still had hope. The next day, he wrote a letter to the people of Texas and all Americans in the world. He described how Mexicans were attacking the Alamo and how he didn't have enough men or supplies. He said he would be brave and never surrender or retreat. At the end of the letter, he wrote the brave words, victory or death. Travis gave the letter to the messenger to deliver to San Felipe de Austin. He also sent letters to Gonzales and Goliad asking for help, but only 32 men from Gonzales responded. On March 6th, the Mexicans attacked the Alamo, killing Travis and almost all his men. Many courtiers spread the word about Travis's victory or death letter and the bravery of the Alamo defenders, and within 5 weeks, the whole United States was in an uproar.